The third line of defense is called adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity is activated when innate immunity is insufficient to eliminate a pathogen. Innate immunity acts first and immediately. If the pathogen persists or is not fully cleared, adaptive immunity is triggered, also called acquired immunity, because it develops after exposure to an antigen, can recognize and respond to specific antigens, has the ability to remember past infections, known as immunologic memory. Because of immunologic memory, reinfection with the same pathogen triggers a faster and stronger immune response. It explains why vaccines work. Adaptive immunity can eliminate microorganisms and lead to full recovery from disease. The main cellular players in adaptive immunity are lymphocytes. T cells handle cell-mediated immunity, directly attacking infected or abnormal cells. And B cells manage humoral immunity by producing antibodies that target invaders. Lymphocytes selectively respond to non-self antigens, not self-antigens. This property is called self-non-self discrimination, prevents autoimmune reactions. Once lymphocytes are activated, they undergo lasting functional changes. After recognizing an antigen, they multiply rapidly in a process called clonal expansion, and then differentiate into specialized cells. Some develop into effector cells, such as plasma cells that produce antibodies or cytotoxic T cells that kill infected cells. Others become memory cells, which remain in the body and allow the immune system to respond more quickly and more effectively if the same antigen is encountered again. Adaptive immunity works in coordination with innate immunity rather than acting on its own. Antibodies team up with complement proteins and phagocytic cells to take down pathogens. One way they do this is through opsonization, which is basically tagging the invaders so phagocytes know exactly what to eat. Another way is complement activation, where the classical pathway kicks in to punch holes in the pathogens and destroy them. T cells work with macrophages to boost the immune response. Helper T cells, or CD4+ cells, release cytokines like IFN gamma that activate macrophages. This makes them better at eating microbes, killing pathogens, and showing antigens to alert other immune cells. B cells grow up and mature right in the bone marrow before they head out to help the immune system. Each B cell programmed to make just one kind of antibody. On its surface, it shows IgM and IgD, which act like antennas to recognize specific antigens. When a B cell encounters its matching antigen, it's activated. This is called clonal selection. B cells have co-receptors, CD19 and CD21, that help them get activated. They also use MHC class II to show antigens to helper T cells, or CD4+ cells, which helps coordinate the immune response. Once a B cell is activated, it transforms into a plasma cell, which is basically an antibody factory. These plasma cells pump out large amounts of specific antibodies to fight off the invader. Not all B cells become plasma cells. Some turn into memory B cells, which stick around for years or even decades, ready to respond faster if the same pathogen shows up again. T cells actually mature in the thymus. That's where they get their T name from. Immature T cells are called thymocytes. You can find them in the cortex of the thymus, where they undergo T cell receptor TCR, gene rearrangement to get ready for recognizing antigens. T cells only recognize antigens when they're presented on MHC molecules. CD8+ cytotoxic T cells spot antigens on MHC class I, while CD4+ helper T cells see antigens on MHC class II to help coordinate the immune response. The main job of T cells is cell-mediated immunity. CD8+ cytotoxic T cells go after virus-infected and tumor cells, while CD4+ helper T cells act like coordinators, activating B cells, macrophages, and other immune cells to join the fight. All T cells carry a marker called CD3. It's an important part of the T cell receptor TCR complex, helping T cells recognize and respond to antigens.
T cells are grouped based on CD4 or CD8 markers. CD4+ T cells include helper and regulatory T cells guiding the immune response. while CD8 plus T cells are cytotoxic, going straight for infected or abnormal cells. In a healthy immune system, the CD4 to CD8 T cell ratio is usually around 2 to 1. This balance helps the immune system function properly. Helper T cells are like the coordinators of the immune system. They release cytokines such as IL-2, IL-4, IL-5, IFN gamma, and TNF-alpha to rally other immune cells. These signals help B cells, cytotoxic T cells, macrophages, and NK cells get activated and join the fight against invaders. Cytotoxic T cells target and kill virus-infected and tumor cells. They recognize antigens shown on MHC class I molecules and destroy their targets using either the perforin granzyme pathway or the Fas-Fas-L interaction. Regulatory T cells, or Tregs, are like the brakes of the immune system. They help prevent overactivation and autoimmunity. These cells are a subset of CD4 plus T cells and release immunosuppressive cytokines like IL-10 and TGF-beta to keep things in check. To summarize it, the adaptive immunity is highly specific and relies on lymphocytes. It has memory, so it responds faster the next time an invader appears, and it always works hand in hand with innate immunity to protect the body. Thank you for watching.